Okay, so here we have a beauty that suffers from alopecia. As you can see, she has thinning hair and thinning spots. So what I did was I braided one side the exact same way as you see me doing this side. Yes, I did add a little bit, again I say a little bit of weave, and that's only to secure her braids, because as you can see, she has that fine curly hair, although it's thin, but you know that hair that when you braid it as soon as you scratch it, it'll unravel. Yeah, so I literally only added the weave just to secure the braids so she can get the long lasting look. Also, again, as you see, she does suffer from hair loss. So you do not have to grip every single strand. I get they say no strand left behind. No, leave those strands behind, because we do not want to damage the hair nor the follicles. Just because you're braiding does not mean you have to braid their thoughts, dreams, and ambitions. Okay, so like I said, I am braiding the exact same way, so it's gonna literally look like a straight part going across. Here, I am doing the braids a tad bit bigger at the top, and the reason why I admitted to my madness is because it's going to give it a fuller look once you see towards the end the results. So you want to put the product on the actual hair to blend, and now we are sewing. The first row, I am doing very close, like literally side by side. And to give it the fullness, make sure you're not putting no tension. Always, just double check, see how close they are. That first row, make them close together. It's okay. They're light as a feather, believe you me. And just secure it. You knot it twice and be sure that you're putting it through the hole. Okay, so check. All right. Now, do you see up top how I have the spaces in between when I go through the next row? Because you don't need that much fullness, because it does get heavy when you put too much. You don't need it to be that full. It's just to give the illusion like as if it's individuals. So I am literally sewing it in the same way how you would sew a track on a braid. It's the same way. You just making sure that you put the needle through the hole, the crochet loop, and you just pull it twice to secure. You don't have to knot it, because you're going to knot it when you end the method of sewing it in. And so this is why I call it the SEWCHET. And do you see how I'm layering each braid, overlapping the space underneath the previous row? That's how you give it that full look. That's how you prevent tension, and that's how you prevent from it to be such weight being held on her head, because you want it to just flow. Now, I did have the braids on her shoulder, but we had got towards the top. We was eating. You see, she was drinking. Like, I didn't want her to get in her food, so I just did what I had to do to put it on. I think it was on my chair next to me. So, but you do want to try to make it as convenient as possible for you, because again, if you are an experienced braider, any little movement can become extra labor during the process. So always just try to be convenient, but also be mindful for the client as well. So yeah, I did have the braids on the chair next to me so I can make it somewhat close. But yeah, but like I said, just keep sewing on the loop, and you can do it directly on the braid. Sew it directly on the braid, or you can go up under the braid. Do not go above the braid, because what will happen is it will give a slight, not a lot, but a slight bulky look. And the whole purpose of this hack is for it to be very flat. The reason why I chose to do this method instead of actually crocheting the braids through, because just think, what you see how fine her hair is, and you see how thin it is. So you see how small I had to make the braids. If I were to use that hook, it hurts. It hurts on fine hair. Thick hair like mine, I can rush right through. But for fine hair, You don't want your client to be squinting and squatting and turning all in your chair. No, you want it to be a smooth process. So instead of pulling that needle, and look how thick the braid and the loop is, that will hurt. That will cause more harm than good. Trust me. Every client that I do this on, they love it. They be like, oh my God, it don't even feel like nothing's on there. Now, the cons. It is tedious to take down because you don't want to cut the hair. You do not want to cut your hair. And yes, this hair can be reused. You can clean it in apple cider vinegar and go on about your day. Now, you see how everything is layered. Now you see how I braid close to disguise the hair loss. And now look at that. You can already see it starting to form where you cannot tell that this is SEWCHET. Who can tell? Look. Just look. They look so good. The braids are close together. You will not even be able to tell that she suffers from alopecia. So I definitely will give you guys a tutorial on how I do my alopecia braids. But you really don't even have to, it doesn't even have to be for alopecia, because I do have clients that don't suffer from any hair loss, but they just love their braids close together like this. So let this just be a trick. Of course, you know, sometimes you gotta have the client hold the braid down if it's getting to pulling. But you want to do minimum tension. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It looked phenomenal already. And I love how I was able to be sure that I had the weave to match to the T, the curly hair. So I just like to install all my braids first, and then I get the braiding down the bottom, especially if I'm adding curly pieces. And because the crochet hair came curly at the bottom, I had to do so as well to make it blend. Look at that. Oh, I am loving this. Look. You cannot tell. Look. She not moving. It's not hurting. No tension. Yes, honey. It's flat. It's no bulkiness. None. Look at that. Close together. What hair loss? Wait till y'all see me do the front. This is just, I love it. As you can see. You see that? Look at that. Hold on. One more time. Pull it up. Yes. Gotta do the weight check. She good. We are good to go. So yeah, I'm just loving this. This is so convenient. This is a lot of my beauties go to, whether if they got alopecia or not. This particular client just had it, but I have clients who hate sitting. And here we go with the final look. Let's get this mousse going. Blow dry back. And you see the curls? Oh, yes, Lord. You see the parts? It's all in the parts. And they are not heavy. Even my braids that I braided to her hair aren't heavy. Like, oh my goodness. I love it. And I didn't even put the water. I didn't even put no water on there. You know, some people just pour water. No, you do not have to do that. You do not have to do that. Look at this. Who is gonna know? Nobody's gonna know. All right, you guys. I cannot wait to give you more tutorials. Make sure y'all try this as soon as possible. Get you a client. Say, hey, I want to practice. And make sure y'all tag me, Paradise of Beauty, so I can see your work. I am here to support you. We are crown builders and confidence boosters. All right. Enjoy. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Peace.